Hello lovelies, and welcome to this mind and heart reset. Today our little flow is going to focus a lot on our balancing postures. I find whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or a little anxious, there's nothing like a balancing posture to just bring me back to center, to calm my heart and to calm my mind, because of all the tension and presence one needs to put into the posture to really find that equilibrium. We're going to start our practice today on our all fours, moving through some mindful cat-cows to find our breath. So just placing the hands with intent and making sure that the knees are underneath the hips. On an inhale, find that lovely arch in the spine, pushing the heart forwards. And as you exhale, gazing towards the belly, rounding through the spine, tucking tailbone under. And then just moving with your breath through this familiar and gentle warm-up with full connection to each movement, each sensation that arises. Another beautiful way to bring the mind back, and when it's beginning to wander, is just to immerse yourself in the sensations in your body. And then from here, find a neutral spine and extend your right leg back. And we're just going to move a little forward and back here, so you can warm into your hamstrings, into your calves, and into the wrists. And one of the principles of balances is connecting into that deep core line, finding that stability. So here, extending the leg back, pointing the toes, and really beginning to engage into that deep core line. Extend the left hand forward once you find your balance, and really squeezing each of your fingers into the mat. Raise it a little higher. Good going. And then release. You can extend the left leg back, warming a bit into this left leg. Forward and back, or circular movements. And then with deep awareness to the core line, extending the left leg back, rounding that left hip down so it's not opening to the side, bringing the weight into the left hand and extending the right hand forwards. Steady gaze, another key principle of finding your balance, steady Drishti. Raising it up a little higher, engaging into the glute and back muscles. And then release it down. Tuck your toes under and push back into your downward facing dog. And you can just walk out this dog, shifting the hips from side to side. And then ground into your downward dog. Begin to extend the right hand back alongside your right hip. And then see if you can still try to not be moving into the left. Can you still center here? You're going to really have to utilize the strength of your core line, and also beginning to engage into that left shoulder. And then maybe grabbing on to either your calf or onto the left ankle and pulling yourself under, gazing under the left armpit, still trying to keep the hips nice and centered. And then release. Other side. With mindfulness, ground that right hand, engage into the shoulder, and send the left hand alongside the left hip. Steady gaze, engagement to your core, and then grabbing on to the right calf or the right ankle,
Pulling yourself under for a nice little twist. And release. On an inhale, raise the right leg back behind you and finding your three-legged dog, keeping the hips nice and level here. Maybe you want to have a bit of a shorter dog, you can walk the hands in a little bit, helps to find a bit more balance. And then the same thing as we did before, but it's just a one-armed, one-leg dog, bringing the left hand towards your hip and finding your balance here. Can you still center? And if you feel a little unstable, just play with that instability until it leads you to find your equilibrium. And then release, right leg down, left leg rises, keep the hip nice and level. And then in your own time, slowly beginning to lift that right arm alongside the right hip. And release. Well done. We're going to move through a vinyasa, rocking it forwards, exhaling down, and inhaling upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose, and then step it between your hands, rising up on an inhale into your high crescent lunge. Another good place to play with one of the key principles of balance that I find really helps me in my practice is engagement to Mula Bandha, to your pelvic floor, and this is a great pose to feel it in. So feel that strengthening of the inner thighs towards one another and that really drawing up of the pelvic floor muscles in this pose. And you can even bend the back knee if it helps you a little bit more to feel that. And then straighten it. And once you feel stability, connection to pelvic floor. Take an inhale here, expand a little more, reaching the arms up, and then straightening the front leg. We're going to send the arms back, coming into this half pyramid pose without the use of the hands on the floor, as is habitual for us in this pose. Inhale to bend into the front leg, come into high crescent, and exhale, send the arms back, half pyramid. Inhale, send the arms up, bend into the front leg. Exhale, maybe coming down a little lower, finding your pyramid, bowing your heart towards the thighs. Inhale, sweep it up, feeling those legs working. Exhale, send the hands back. Begin to shift the balance onto the right leg to find your warrior three, keeping the hips nice and level here. Good, I know that right leg is working. Keep with it. Inhale, rise up, bring the left knee with you. And then exhale, hands through the heart. And we're going to come into our standing figure of four, standing pigeon pose. And maybe you lean the elbows onto that front standing leg. Or maybe just come down halfway, see how the hip's feeling today. Just keep your foot nice and active, toes active. Good going. Inhale, bring the knee back up with you. If you need to, you can release the legs a little bit. Or if you're feeling like you can keep going, bring that left foot into your tree position, squeezing into the inner thigh and rotating the left knee out to the side, hands into the heart. Find your steady gaze here. Full attention to the standing leg, to the toes squeezing into your mat.
And if you're flirting with the instability, try to be really aware of the activation of different parts of the sole of the foot to recalibrate, to find your balance. Find a steady drishti, and then we're going to play here with changing that drishti. So maybe the drishti is in front of you or to the floor. Can you send the drishti to the tip of the nose, beginning to soften the gaze? And if you become comfortable with that, maybe closing the eyes. Beautiful. And release. Send the arms up, inhaling. Exhale to fold over the legs. Take a deep inhale through the nose and a deep exhale out the mouth. Inhale to halfway lift, gazing forwards. Exhale to step it back through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, left leg rises. And keeping your hips nice and level. Exhale, knee to nose. And then step it forwards for your high crescent lunge on this side, raising the arms up. Again, you can start with a bend in that back leg, just to help you to really square the hips and to find connection to your pelvic floor, drawing pelvic floor upwards, squeezing inner thighs towards one another, and then keeping all that integration, beginning to straighten the back leg. Take another deep inhale, and as you exhale, straighten the front leg. Back heel can remain lifted as you come to that halfway pyramid, extending the arms back behind you. As you inhale, gently, gracefully, bending into the front leg, raising the arms up, maybe sending the gaze up to test the balance. And exhale, folding it forwards, modified pyramid. Standing arms back behind you, trusting the stability in the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up, send the gaze up to the sky. And exhale to fold, maybe a little deeper this time, bowing the heart onto the thigh. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and then send them forwards. Finding balance over that left leg into your warrior three. Hands can be anywhere you like, in front or behind to the heart space. Concentrate on leveling the hip on a steady gaze. Maybe connection to your pelvic floor also helping here. On an inhale, bend into the standing leg, bring right knee up with you, raise the arms overhead, wind removing pose, and then exhale to bring your right leg onto your left leg in your standing figure of four position, maybe kneeling your elbows onto that standing leg, active through your toes. Whew. Looking around, sent me off balance there for a moment. Happens to all of us. Deep breaths. Then on an inhale, bring that leg with you again. You can take a little rest if you need to, or if you're feeling okay, to move straight into your tree. Bringing your right foot into the inner thigh, hands into the heart. And allowing that right knee to move out to the side. And then shifting again that Drishti to the end of your nose, softening the gaze. And if it feels comfortable, maybe closing the eyes. Flirting with the instability in a playful way. And release. Well done. Bringing the arms up overhead. Inhale. And exhale to fold it over. Inhale, take a halfway lift. And exhale to move back through Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. I'm going to move through that same sequence just a little faster. On an inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step it between the hands. Rising up, inhaling, gazing up. Exhale to fold in your pyramid. Inhale, sweep the arms up, high crescent lunge. Exhale to find your balance in your warrior three. Take an inhale to expand from the crown of the head to the soles of your feet. And exhale, bring the knee into the chest, wind removing pose. Inhale here, expand. Exhale to come into your figure of four. Maybe this time taking a twist towards your left as you bring the left elbow onto the sole of your foot, hands into the heart. And release. Inhale. Bring the hands overhead. This time bringing the right hand to your right knee, or if you like, you can bring it to the sole of the foot and extending the leg out, opening up through the heart, sending the gaze towards your back thumb. Beautiful. Release it there. Keep the leg there. And then ground it. Folding over. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to step or jump back through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Deep exhale out the mouth. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it forwards. Find your high crescent lunge on an inhale, raising up. Exhale to fold into your modified pyramid. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, find your warrior three. As you exhale, bring the right knee with you. Inhale to expand and exhale to sink down into your standing pigeon. You can stay here or taking that little twist. Right elbow to the sole of the foot, hands into the heart, opening up through the left shoulder, keeping connection to pelvic floor, full awareness to the soles of the feet. Gently release. Inhale, bring the knee up, expand. Exhale, taking the twist to the side, either grabbing onto the knee or onto the right foot to expand into your pose. Send the gaze to the back hand, back thumb. Come back through center, release the foot, but keep it there. And then land right leg next to the left. Open up the arms, send them skyward. Exhale to fold.
Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, step it or jump it back through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Then bring the knees down to the ground and take it into child's pose, folding yourself forwards. Deepening your breath, sinking the hips down, expanding along the full length of the spine. Relaxing into the support of your mat, into the sensations in the body, the movement of the breath. Slowly rising up. And as we're working with balance, I invite you to practice an inversion of your choice. Could be a headstand, could be a shoulder stand, anything that's going to help you to feel a little more centered. So I'm going to come into a headstand. You can always use the support of a wall if you need it, measuring out the distance between your elbows, finding a nice support here, bringing the crown of the head down to the ground, and walking your feet in, one knee in at a time, and then the other. Find your balance here, and then slowly lift the knees up to the sky, and then the feet extend, pushing through your elbows. And take 10 deep breaths here. Or if you feel tired, coming down before, saving the energy to come down with control. And then staying there in child's pose. Coming down the same way you came in, bring the heels to the buttocks, and then your knees into the chest, and then toes down to the ground. And extending your hands forwards, and folding your way into a child's pose if you're not there already. Just shift your head from side to side to release gently through the neck. And then slowly rising up and finding your way as gently as you can down into your Shavasana. And take any last wriggles that you need to feel completely content. So body, mind, heart can relax fully into your Shavasana. I invite you to stay here in your restful meditation for as long as serves you today. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope to see you again soon on the mat. Namaste.